Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Pamela. Hey. Thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for watching my last video that I uploaded. Like I said, it was something that I did haphazard without thinking because I've been meaning to do this for quite some time. So the first video was breaking off the ice, breaking off the ice to say, this is me. I've entered the YouTube space, and this is what I wanted to share with you guys before we can talk about a whole lot of many things. I think it was important for you guys to know who is Pam. So in today's video, we're not going to talk about a lot of things. It's just some couple of things that I want to still share with you guys from the previous video. So the first one is I wrote some notes, on my book in case I forget what I wanted to cover today. So the first thing is, do I really understand what happened to me? It's one of the questions I received from the people that watched the first video. Do I really understand what happened to me? At first, I did not understand what happened to me. I mean, like I said before, I got shot at the age of 15. So obviously, when you are 15, you don't really know, you don't really understand what really happened to you. But as I grew older, I understood what happened to me, and I sort of like made peace with it. And I kind of like understood better to say that this can happen to anyone. I'm not special. I'm not unique in any way. So this can really happen to anyone. So, I mean, we are living in a country where there's crime. I mean, crime is just everywhere, in fact. So this can happen to anyone. But however, I wouldn't choose this. I wouldn't choose anyone or anybody to go through this, what I went through. The second question was that, do I really sometimes sit and think about it? Think about what really happened to me? No, I really don't. At first, I used to, but now I do not, because you can only dwell into something for a couple of times or for a certain degree, it gets to a point where you just like move on in life. Like, you understand that this is gonna be my life and I need to adjust to it, and I need to get used to this lifestyle and really move with it. So I don't really dwell much into it. So some people ask me about how do I cope? How do I live, understanding what has happened to me and things like that. So I just simply tell them that when bad things happen, the best thing is to, yes, you need to grieve about them, but there's a certain level of degree where you need to like snap out of it and tell yourself that it happened and you need to move on with life. Yeah. So what did it do to my morale? Sorry when I keep on looking down, guys. It's just because I want to capture all the notes that I wrote, because this is very important to me. What did it do to my morale? My morale. At first, it was so bad. It was so bad. It was really, really bad. If I need to tell you, like, it was really, really bad. Guys, if I can show you the photos of how I looked coming from hospital. This picture is completely different First of all, it affected me really, really bad. I lost so much weight. So much weight. Bear in mind, at that particular time, I was 15. And I wasn't really that big anyway. So, I mean, compared to now. So, it was bad. It was bad. Like, my morale just went. I was not confident at all. I didn't understand what happened to me. I didn't know what was the next step. So, guys, all I can tell you, it messed up my morale. It messed up my confidence at that particular time. Not now. Okay. Now I'm a grown woman. I mean, this happened in 1998. Now I'm a grown woman and I understand my life. I appreciate my life. And I know how to deal with pain. You know, I know how to deal with pain. It comes in different form, different degree, different kinds of, different ways. But at least I understand now as I've become more matured. When you're a child, when something happens to you, it really, really messes up with you. So I was 15. I didn't understand what happened to me. And part of it was freaking me out to think, yeah, it freaked me out. I think anybody can relate. But as you grow older, you kind of like understand that, no, snap out of it, Pam. So, friends, choose your friends very wisely. Choose your friends very wisely. I'm going to repeat that, child. Choose your friends very wisely. The reason I'm saying that is because when I got shot, okay, before I got shot, obviously I was able-bodied. Sorry. I had lots of friends. I had lots of friends, guys. I had lots of friends. And it happened that I got shot. Can I tell you that none of my friends came to the hospital to see me? Yeah. So now you can imagine I got shot. Sorry. I got shot and I was 15. My morale went down. Obviously, I was hurt. And part of it, I did not understand why me. But then it was a selfish question. So who else? You know, who else? Who else? Like, really, Pam, who else? So those friends that I had, lots of them heard about my accident, heard about me being shot, but did not make it to the hospital. Bear in mind, I was in hospital for 3 months. So, guess who came? The friend that I did not really have time for. The friend that she's basically my homie. You know, when you grow up with someone in the same kasi and all that, but didn't go to the same school as you, but you just like sort of like friends at home. That's the friend that came to see me. That's the friend that helped me to bath. That's the friend that came to see me every day. The friends that I had, none of them that I went to school with, went out with, did things with, we were cool at that time. None of them came to see me. Now you can imagine. That was very hurtful. But I did not allow that to change the person that I am as a person. Yes, it made me think. I've grown from that. And it taught me something. Everything that you go through as a person, it teaches you. Everything that you go through as a person, it teaches you something, So I took it as a learning curve instead of me wallowing in it and feeling sorry for myself. It taught me that I need to choose my friends very wisely. We can be cool, we can be friends, but if you're not going to be there for me when I'm in that situation, then you're not my friend. So that happened, and it hurt me. It hurt me so bad, but I moved on. And it has taught me how to build relationships. And it has taught me how to nurture relationships, or relations for that matter. So yes, I've lost a lot of friends when I got shot, and I never looked back, and I never wanted to ask them why didn't they come to the hospital to see me, or what happened to them, or why, or how. Like, I never even wanted to know. I just moved on. I never wanted to talk about it, and I only talk about it with the close people that I know, or my family about it. But sorry, catching breath. But anyway, it's some of the things that that reminds me that I've been through a lot, especially that one. So the other thing is about the community, how the community perceived or took the new Pam. I must say I lived in a very supportive community. They were very welcoming, sort of, and some of them were feeling sorry for me, and that doesn't help, by the way, if you've just recently had a new diagnosis or a new condition, and people feel sorry for you. But I understand they can't help it. They also don't know this Pam. They understood the old Pam. So it's a shock, but at the same time, it's like they want to understand, they want to like get inside you as to how are you feeling and how can we help you best, and what can we do for you. So it is that kind of shock, and it is that kind of understanding that they want to get from you. So I had a very supportive community where I lived. They were very supportive, very nice people. And let me tell you, I did move around a lot. So I was not that person that stayed very still in the house and all that. No, I moved around. I went everywhere with my wheelchair. I was just everywhere. Once I've gotten used to it. I mean, you must remember, I was still a child. So once I gotten used to my wheelchair, then I started moving around, going to the shops. Obviously, I gained my confidence, and I was moving up and down, and everybody got used to Pam and her wheels, So it was okay. It was okay. And I gave people time to understand, and I didn't close them out. And once in a while, they would ask me about how do I feel. Some obviously were rude. I mean, but I don't take such things very seriously. I must tell me, I'm wired in a very different way. So I grab the good things from people. I do not, and I refuse to take the bad things from people. And I have a filter that is so amazing. I block bad energy. I block negativity. So yes, I I I get angry, but I quickly snap out of it because of what I've been through, you know. It has taught me to sometimes like sort of like the husa, when you like calm down and people tell you to calm down. It has taught me to I can get angry, but in the bigger scheme of things, that is not the only thing that is happening in life. So I sort of like gather myself together and I tell myself it's not about me. Honestly, people are just fighting their own battles that you really do not know. So the next thing is my school time. Okay, like I said in my previous video, I was admitted for like almost, I think it was 3 months. And for 2 years, I did not go to school. Obviously, I had to understand what happened to me, get used to the new me, and learn how to maneuver the chair, and I figure out what is it that I wanted to do, and I was still getting used to the new me, learning how to do stuff for myself, obviously. And after 2 years, when I decided I wanted to go back to school, when I did grade 10, I was halfway when I got shot. So obviously I had to redo the whole year of standard 8. But I really did not mind. I just wanted to be educated, to be quite honest. So when I got to Hope School, which is in Westcliff, they told me I need to redo the standard 8 from scratch. I was happy. I was not sad about it. I was happy, one, because I found a school that I feel like I belong. And I saw the fact that I'm not the only one that is disabled. That kind of gave me comfort, sort of like. So I redid the standard 8. It was fun. I made friends and it was beautiful. So yeah, that's the school I went to. It's in Westcliff. It's for children with physical disabilities, and I think at some point they do also accommodate mental disability. I'm just not sure about it, but they do. I think they do, but I can't remember. Yeah, like learning disabilities and all that, they do accommodate that. But if you've got a disabled child and you want to inquire, you must just go to the Hope School website. It's in Westcliff. I'm sure they'll be able to assist you. It's a very beautiful school. It's a good school. I mean, I come from there, and as naughty as I was, but I made it. I did. Good teachers and all that. So the next thing that I want to talk about is my career right now. Okay, my career right now, I work for a company in the nuclear space. I'm an HR practitioner. It's fun. It's a fun job. I enjoy my work a lot, and it gives me purpose, and it gives me something worth living and worth doing. It's a very beautiful organization that I work for. So, career, it did not start like that. I worked for everything. I worked for everything. I did not, I never had a moment where I feel like because I'm disabled, I need people to feel sorry for me, to be given things on a silver platter. I never believed that. In fact, I never had that mentality. I always believed that I need to work hard, particularly in my condition, particularly for someone like me. I needed to work hard because I wanted to be taken seriously. I want to be, I'm very competitive, and I wanted to be taken as a professional. You know, I never wanted to be like, okay, she's disabled, therefore there's a special treatment for this job or something. No, whatever test that I was required to do or whatever interview that I was required to do, I did it, and without me having this mentality that I needed to be given things on a silver platter, to receive things on a silver platter. I don't believe in that. It's absolute nonsense. You work for everything in life, and that's what I did. Hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work. Some things are not easy, but with repetition or repetitive, actions, then you end up getting it right. You are not going to sit there and feel sorry for yourself and say, oh, by the way, I'm not getting a job, I'm disabled, or feel sorry for me or whatever. It's the amount of energy that you put into something that will determine the outcome of the whatever you're looking for in life. So it's very important, it's very important to focus in life and be determined as a person. I'm one of those people. I'm very driven. And so the last thing that I want to talk about today is, when I as I was growing up, people had this mentality that I got shot by my husband. 15. Husband, 15. I was not married at the age of 15. And I think it's some of the things that I want to clear out. That Pam got shot or abused by the husband. Which husband? Which husband? I was not married at 15. Guys, I was not married at 15. There was no husband. I was not married. There was no husband. I was not abused at 15. I got shot in a mall. Let's understand that one very clearly. Because this thing keeps on creeping up, like, wasn't it your husband that did this? Or wasn't like your boyfriend that did this to you? Hell no. I was at the wrong place at the wrong time. I was 15 going for 16. June 15, 1998. There was no husband. There was nothing. I got shot by the thugs, basically. So it's one of the things that I wanted to also clear out, guys. Like, some things can be damaging to other people. When people say them, they don't think how they are, how will they make other people feel. And when somebody says Pam was shot by his husband, or like, and I was 15. I was 15. I don't know any 15-year-old that is married. Personally, I have not met one. But anyway, thank you for watching my video. We'll meet again next time, and I promise I'll be loading more videos in the coming weeks. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.